All right, I'm back with my Fresh, who made her first appearance at an NBA game. We went to the Wells Fargo Center last night, hoping
that they would win
to see the Nets beat a Sixer team, but we kind of knew from the start that
they both stink.
Both teams stink, and anything could happen, and we knew kind of what was going to happen in the end. When the Sixers had the last shot, we said, what? Nets can't stop anybody, so what makes us think that they're going to come up with a stop, right? And Evan Turner makes his move, gets a couple lucky bounces. I thought Pierce, I don't like the idea. Listen, it could have been called a charge, but, you got to think a ref's just not going to make that call at that spot. I would have rather have seen Pierce try to contest the shot, Fresh. I would have rather seen Pierce try to go block it rather than try and take the charge. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah. But really, the last play is not the storyline of the game. Pierce, played another terrific game offensively.
Pierce was the only one who was playing.
Well, defense, you said?
No.
I don't,
No, well, he was shooting a lot, so
yeah,
he played a good game.
Yeah, that's offense, Fresh, but that's all right. Offense, defense, same thing. It's only a couple of different letters that separates the two. One's off, one's D, so who cares? But yes, Pierce shot the ball well. He was 7 for 9. He was 4 for 6 from 3. Terrific offensive performance. And he also had 10 rebounds. He helped that putrid, that soft
ice cream cone.
I'm going to tell you something. You cannot truly appreciate how awful of a defensive rebounder this guy is until you get courtside seats. Now, Fresh and I, we had no tickets going to the game. We drove down. We were thinking about buying them on StubHub, but we said, you know what, let's get out. Let's see what's going on. We got there maybe 10 minutes before the game, and we ended up getting courtside seats. They were great seats, right, Fresh?
They were beautiful seats.
Awesome seats. I mean, the action right there. You can see the guy. You can hear them talking. You can see them sweating. Not that that's a good thing.
I wouldn't want to see that, though.
No, but we did say you keep moving. Now, so let's talk about this Lopez, who, let me tell you something, folks. I'm going to put together a couple of still shots because, as you know, I have problems, right, Fresh? I'm retarded. I come home from the game, and what I do today, I watch the whole thing.
Again. Even though he watched it in live, he watched it on TV.
I watched the whole thing. So, Lopez had 7 rebounds. 5 of them were basically uncontested, where the ball fell into his lap, where he didn't even have to jump. 5 of them. I mean, I'm going to show you a couple of sequences where, listen, when you're a bad team, which the Nets are bad, look, this is a bad basketball team. They are bad. When you're bad, you have to, every possession is critical, which is why we'll talk about our boy D-Nil as well, who had a great stat line. 14 assists, 17 points, great stat line. But in the fourth quarter and the overtime, he does what he does. He makes critical mistakes with the basketball. And, of course, he had a chance to win the game and, misses the shot. I mean, of course you're going to miss shots. Not the end of the world. You can't kill a guy for missing shots, but it's just that's the will. Evan Turner wins the game on the last shot. Darren Williams doesn't.
It is the end of the world for you.
All right, maybe it is. I'll be a wise ass because I won't feed you this week. Now, Lopez, I believe, seeing him up close, is that the guy is just athletically slow. You know how there's just some mentally slow people in the world? Lopez, I think, is a combination of athletically slow, instinctively slow, mentally slow. He plays basketball, Fresh, like he's in church. Like he's just not he's got lead at his feet. He can't get off the ground. The guy I think we're all idiots. All of us, because we're expecting this guy to be something he ain't. He is who he is. He can't get off. He has no knack for the basketball. None. I'm going to show you his sequence early in the game. And Spanarkel pointed it out as well. By the way, Fresh got to meet the Nets announcers at the game, right, Fresh? Got to meet Chris Carino, who took the time to say hello, Tim Capstraw. By the way, two tremendous broadcasters, the Nets. The Nets might stink, Fresh, but their broadcasters are terrific. We also met Ian Eagle, and we saw Jim Spanarkel. And, of course, I had my usual complaints to say, and those guys can't be as negative as me because they get paid by the Brooklyn Nets, and I don't. So I can be a jerk, and they can't be. You understand that?
Yes.
Right. So, Lopez, disastrous. I mean, it ain't getting better. Never gonna be tough. He's never gonna be tough. He's always gonna be big. He's gonna be 7 foot. He's a monster, and he's got great offensive skills, but he stinks when it comes to a sense. I'm gonna show you late in the game. I'm gonna show you another clip of how he let Spencer Hawes just pull up for a three. I mean, critical when you're bad. When you're bad, every possession is so critical. And the Nets just throw away possession after possession, whether it's, they got out-rebounded by the Sixers. What was the number? Let's look. 40, I believe it was 49-32. Let's confirm that. Nets had 36 rebounds. Oh, I didn't give them enough credit. 36-49. 36-49. And the Sixers shot 51%, which is brutal. Don't shake the camera, Fresh. What are you doing? You waving a candy cane while we're doing a show? Get the candy cane out of here. What's the matter with you? Let's go. Now, what are you doing? Now, let's talk about a few other things. Because, on a day, what are you laughing at? On a day offensively, when you have all five of your starters play pretty well, when it comes to scoring, 26 from Anderson, 17 from Daniel, 22 from Shields, 24 from Pierce, 18 from Mirza. Mirza made 6 threes. And you still lose the basketball game. What's the problem here? What is the problem? Intensity, effort, as Jason Kidd said in his post game, and a lack of sense of urgency. Now, I also gotta have a question here. I gotta have a question. You're resting Kevin Garnett. Okay, I know he's 84 years old. I get that. It's Friday. He's 30-something. It's Friday. You don't play again until Monday. You mean to tell me it's he couldn't get because why? At least one thing. Listen, one thing Kevin Garnett does is at least he gives you some rebounds. At least he does. The team has got a problem with rebounding, massive problem, and our big guy doesn't rebound. Teletovic starting, he doesn't rebound. You refuse to play Reggie Evans, which boggles my mind. I understand Reggie Evans' his shortcomings. I get him. The guy had 5 20-rebound games last year. And my team can't grab a loose ball, and I got a glass eater sitting in his jersey, in his warm-ups, with the headband on, not getting off. I don't get it. And then you're resting Garnett. Why? Why am I making an issue? Because when you're bad, every possession matters. So if you get one defensive rebound in this game, one extra defensive, maybe you come away with the win. You still suck. You played terrible. Your team is a joke that you got your 74 lead changes with the Sixers, but at least you come away with a W. But you rest Garnett. Now, obviously, Joe Johnson didn't play. I don't know why he didn't play. It's a personal issue. So obviously, for Joe to miss a game, it had to be something serious. But really, that you suck. You just came off one of the most embarrassing rebounding performances ever, and you're going to rest. You're going to rest the guy that at least is going to give you a few. At least he's going to go after a couple. I don't get that, unless he's hurt. But they didn't say hurt. They said rest. So this is a joke of a team. I mean, you keep believing that you've hit the bottom. You believe that the bottom was the Knicks. Can't get any worse than that. Guess what? After a little blurb here, a little blip of some positive stuff, you've reverted back to who you are. You're a bad basketball team. You are poorly constructed. Right now, you're poorly coached. I'm not killing Jason Kidd, but you're poor. Listen, when you give up 113 points to the Washington Wizards, a team that averages 98, and then you back that up, and the Sixer team puts 121 on, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Poorly coached. You don't have balls collectively as a team. You see it in Pierce. You know, I like Anderson. I think Anderson's got some spunk in him. I thought Livingston played well. But I'm telling you, man, D-Nil, fourth quarter and overtime, 3 massive turnovers, missed game winner. He did make a few shots in the overtime in the fourth quarter. He did. But you're the max guy, brother. You're $98 million. You made a horrific pass to Blatch that went out of bounds. He beat Anderson off the dribble, went to the hole, lost the basketball. He threw away a ball late in the game that led to a break, foul the other way. I mean, when you're the $98 million guy, when you're Chris Paul, you know, you're supposed to get it there. Michael Carter-Williams didn't have a great game at all, and the Sixers still beat us. I mean, I keep thinking that, okay, this is a new low. Knicks was the lowest point. No, this is a new low. You lost to the friggin' Wizards in your own building, and you lost to a Sixer team that is god-awful. This is a new low. Stop shaking the freaking camera. Because if you continue shaking the camera, I'm going to grab you, and I'm going to throw you out into the freaking snow by the septic tank. You understand?
There's barely.
So stop shaking the camera. I'm done because I'm aggravated. I hate, listen, I hate that I love this. I hate this team right now. I hate them. I had the same feeling last year watching them go through the motions during that awful stretch. I remember texting my buddies, I hate this team. I can't stand this team. I can't stand it. I wish I could have pieces of my brain removed that rooted for this team. I wish. Because it is so friggin' aggravating to see collectively all these negative parts. My best player is not a closer. My best player doesn't have the big moment onions in him. And my big guy can't get off the ground. My big guy, in a sequence early in the game, Michael Carter-Williams out-jumped him twice on tips. What? Did you just say? Oh, you say something now. Speaking into the camera, though, because nobody can see you. Move up here. Look, move up. Can you see fresh? Go ahead. What's your last words? Because we're going to go. You got anything to say? Oh, that's really great input. That's it? That's all you got? You go to your first game and you don't even have anything to say? Nothing. Typical. Okay. Her voice is like Brooke Shields' game. That's the difference. That's the analogy. Your voice, Brooke Shields' game. Leave me alone. Leave her alone. Leave us alone.